What's good? It's a new day. Beautiful Saturday. Hopefully, we can get this thing cracking. Athletes in Quarantine, Volume 8. IG was down last night, but we back at it. Got a new special guest for you today. Coming to you live. Oh, here we go. Oh, there we go, fam.
What it do? What it do? What it do?
What's good?
Nah, man, what's going on with you?
Not much, man. Just surviving this quarantine. Just trying to stay positive, stay up. Drinking my green smoothies.
Man, gotta stay fresh, man. Gotta stay fresh. Keep the
Yes,
immune
sir.
system right.
Yes, sir. Man, so how we start this thing off every time is 24-second shot clock. So you get two options. You just pick what just a quick icebreaker. All right. So I'm gonna start the clock now. Ready?
Let's get it.
All right, bet. So NBA or NCAA?
NCAA.
All right. Spalding or Wilson?
Spalding, of course.
Ben's or Tony's breakfast? Ben's chili bowl joint.
Benz.
A Street or U Street?
U Street.
Houston or Rhode Island?
Man, Rhode Island.
Filet or Jam Fam?
Filet.
All right. That's
Filet,
what's
man.
up. That's what's
You
up,
said
man.
Houston or Rhode Island? Houston lit, but man, Rhode Island, man, that's that family vibes, man.
Yeah. I've been to both. I lived in Houston. I've been to Rhode Island, so I know a little bit about both.
Yeah, Rhode
Yeah,
Island's just peaceful, man. They got that peaceful feel up in Rhode Island.
yeah, that's real true. That's real true. Nice little city vibe. Not as big as Houston, you know, all that.
No
So,
question.
so just give the people your name real quick, for those who don't know you.
Man, Stan Robinson from Landover, Maryland. I went to University of Rhode Island. Spent a little time at Indiana University as well.
Right. Before that, you was at PVI down there.
I did my thing at PVI Part 6 in Fairfax, Virginia.
Right.
Then after that, I did a year out at Finley Prep in
Right.
Las
I
Vegas.
forgot about that.
Yeah. A lot of people forget that. You know what I'm saying? Some people forget that I went to Part 6 sometimes. So it's
Oh no, I
crazy.
could never forget that part.
Man,
That's where the
lot of
journey really started for real.
hey, for real.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm humble and grateful that I was been able to, do something like that at Part 6. So
Facts.
watch the outcome of it now. So it's crazy.
Yeah. Just a quick shout out to the Paul the Six fam. Like y'all in my prayers and everything. Y'all facing a loss this week, but just in the prayers, bro. Just keep your head up for sure.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that, man. Rest in peace to Mike Lyons, man. That right there, he taught me a lot, man. He taught me a lot. Great soul, man. He's someone who was like a father figure, man. Definitely could be a father figure, older brother.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Just a quick story, Tillman Dunbar texted this morning and was talking about how he had a weird dream pertaining to Mike. And basically, at the end of his dream, him and Mike hugged it out, and it just felt a little different. And then he was telling us how, Mike is definitely looking over us. And the only thing I could respond was, nah, it makes sense that you're saying that, because that's what he's always been doing. He's always been looking over us, and that just goes back to me saying, like, he was that father figure, that big brother that we needed. So, man, rest in peace to him. Shout out to his family. I'm definitely keeping him in my prayers, every single day.
Definitely. All right, man. All right, so we gonna move on with the interview. First, quick question, get this out the way. Where were you when this COVID situation started, man?
That's crazy that you asked me that, because I was actually in Mexico, man. So when I was going out to Mexico, before I left to go to Mexico, I was in the airport. And maybe a day before, you really started hearing more and more about, the coronavirus. But it wasn't here yet. It wasn't in the States yet.
Right.
And then, I go out to Mexico. I'm enjoying Mexico. The views and everything like that. We're having a great time. I was actually hooping out there.
Yeah.
and so they shut the league down, put it on pause, and we had to come back here. But the crazy thing was there was no COVID-19 cases out there at the time, but they
Okay.
were here. So it was like, dang, y'all about to send us to the problem? Why we can't
Yeah,
stay out here? So I was having a great time out in Mexico, but that's definitely where I was. Come back to the States now, it's looking like zombie land or something. You feel
man,
me?
it's crazy. Nah, that's what's up. Yeah, you had a little sneaky trip out of Mexico, bro. I'm on Instagram. I'm like, this man out of Mexico. And then I'm
Yeah.
like, this man hooping out of Mexico. Okay, okay,
Yeah,
sneaky
yeah,
trip.
I definitely did it a little different. Tried to keep it on the down low as far as just hooping, man. Just I don't know. It's just something. I mean, we'll get into that later, but definitely pertaining to a couple other things on the reason why I kept it like how I did it. It was strategic, very
Right.
strategic planning on how I wanted
Always.
to reveal it. So
Yeah. Facts, facts. All right, bro. So real quick on the creative side of the questions, like obviously All-Star Weekend didn't pass too long ago.
mhm.
And in your opinion, if you could participate in any All-Star Weekend event other than the All-Star game, which one would you want to be in?
Man, it would be the celebrity game, and not because I'm hanging around celebrities. It's because you hanging around people that's gonna put you in different conversations, man. You hanging around people who when you have a different type of income, you get put into different type of situations, different type of conversations. So
Facts.
basically, I would want to be in that celebrity game to soak up the knowledge, you know, soak up that information that people who can't get in those conversations don't have. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And be able to relay that to, and bring that information back and be able to put people in situations that can change their life.
Right. Right. Man, that's deep right there.
Yeah.
I was expecting that answer, but then again, I don't know. I didn't know what to expect. That's why I'm asking the question. So as far as your basketball career, you guarded a lot of people from the WCAC on up to the league. Who's
Man.
the toughest person to guard?
The toughest person I had to guard. It's a lot of them, man.
I know it was me a couple of times, but let
Nah,
me
hey, look, for
go.
real. Hey, for the people that's watching this man right here was goat, man. I look up
Appreciate
to
it.
you for real, man, as a youngin. But definitely you. Out of the WCAC, I mean, it had to be Andrew Wiggins, man. It had to be Andrew Wiggins.
Okay.
Just a natural scorer, man. Natural
Yeah.
scorer at that age. So he was number one in the country at the time when I was guarding him. So
Right.
definitely Andrew Wiggins, man. Just God given ability. It's
Yeah.
crazy. It's crazy.
I
Just
heard.
so smooth and natural, fluent.
I got a chance to spend some time with Kansas back in 2015, and Bill Self was like, if this man had a work ethic, he'd be unmatched. So
Man,
I completely understand what you mean with the raw ability and talent.
yeah, I can't speak too much on his work ethic because
Yeah.
I'm not really too close to him like that.
Right.
But
Right.
as far as what I was seeing, and as far as just being known as a tough defender, and for the things he was doing, it was just like how was he getting that off? How was he able to do things like the things that he was doing? It was just so God given and so fluent. So
Right.
definitely Andrew Wiggins, man.
Right. Okay, that's dope. So we know you got your NCAA experience, like you said, spent some time at Indiana, spent some time at Rhode Island. So give us a little rundown on, your NCAA experience as far as being a player, a student athlete, the challenges.
Um, NCAA tournament it's an experience that it's a dream. It's really a dream come true, man. You never really know. You don't know what to expect until you get there. The cameras, the lights, the people, the interactions, just the big stage. Watching players that you see on TV, and now you seeing
Yeah,
them in person really do their thing, how they carry themselves on and off the court. I mean, that's a great question, man. That NCAA is, and if you ask anybody who's ever been into it, they'll tell you, man, it's like you're walking your dream.
for
It's
real,
really like you're in a dream, man, and you can't wake up from it until it's
for
time
real.
to go home.
Yeah, Man, no, you never want that part to happen.
Hey, you'll wake up when it's time to go home because reality starts to kick back in. But I mean, it's being able to go to it my sophomore year in college, it gave you some type of purpose, something to push for the rest of your years in college.
Right,
Because it's like once you, it's like, and this is I don't really want to say it like this, but it's almost like that drug. You know what I'm saying? That drug you can't, like, you just once you get it, you get addicted to it. So it was
right.
that type of feeling, man. Being able to see that, to see what the hype was about, and then
Yeah,
you get sent home, man, it gives you just a different type of push. So
right,
being
definitely.
able to go to the tournament 3 out of 4 years, I mean, I'm just humble, man. Humble and
Yeah.
grateful. Humble and grateful.
Yeah, you all up at Rhode Island had a great run. What was it, 2016, 17 year?
Yeah, Rhode Island, it was 2016, 2017, and 2017, 2018.
Yeah. But y'all had a great run. I remember watching y'all just having fun, my boy, like getting shots off, like camera,
Man,
camera all in your face. You and Jeff, y'all was going crazy. That was
yeah, I mean,
definitely, I was proud of y'all. Definitely great to watch.
thank you, man. I appreciate that. That's just the coaching staff that we had, man. We had
Right.
we had player coaches, people who really understood the game, people who really understood, you know, it's about the players, man. You can coach up to a certain point, but at the end of the day, it's really what the players see, how they feel, and what's going on in their mind at that time. So
Right.
at the end of the day, it's a player's game, and they understood that. So I mean, that's why you could see so much joy, and then the fact that we loved each other as brothers, like
Yeah.
really brothers. You get on certain teams, and not everybody can say that they had that type of team atmosphere. I
Facts.
There was definitely a family based atmosphere, so that's why you could see the joy on our faces when we were playing.
Yeah, yeah. I think you can go like speak for a majority of teams that enter in the NCAA tournament. They always
Mm-hmm.
have some type of family atmosphere that a lot of teams can't reach, which is able to boost them up, in the month of March and get them going. So I definitely
Facts,
understand what you mean.
facts,
Um,
facts.
so still speaking on the NCAA experience, like transferring, like you don't necessarily have to speak on why you transfer, but like transferring and having to sit out, like how difficult was that?
Um, I can speak on why I did.
Okay.
Basically, why I transferred. I just at the time just immaturity. I
Mm,
wasn't mature enough to be in a certain situation like that at the time. To go to a school like Indiana or Kentucky, those
yeah,
power
I'm
name
shocked.
schools,
I'm shocked.
you got to have a certain mindset. You have to have a certain focus, and
Yeah.
just coming in like you know what I'm saying. Just not coming in knowing what you want, knowing exactly what you want, how you're going to do it.
Right.
You could get lost in schools like that. So and I had a lot of coaches, trying to push me into really understanding that, but you know I couldn't understand that at the time. I did
Right.
not understand it. Kind of selfish, hard headed. So I end up transferring, just thinking that I could go somewhere else and all the problems would be fixed. But as I transferred to Rhode Island, actually my sit out year, I had a couple complications, and just being, trying to just being the same person that I was at Indiana, who they were trying to change and mature.
Right.
I ended up taking that same baggage over to Rhode Island my first year being there, which was my sit out year. And because it was my sit out year, a lot of people didn't really, you don't really hear about the baggage a sit out year player has, just because
Yeah.
he's not really, he's not in the game,
He's
so we're
not in the
not talking
limelight.
about him. Exactly. So, but I definitely had some maturing to do, and I end up, learning it the hard way, basically.
Yeah.
And but I'm grateful for every trials and tribulation that I went through, because now it made me the person I am today. So I'm thankful for
Facts. Facts. So speaking through all that, you had a lot of experiences. What was your most memorable moment of all that?
it. My most memorable moment.
Yeah.
There's a lot, man. There's a lot, but I think my most memorable moment was the second time we won. It had to have been the second time we won. I think the all right, the what's it called when you win your whole conference
Oh,
without having to
regular.
play the tournament. Outright,
Oh,
outright. That's what it's
outright
called.
season
Yes,
champs.
yes, sir, yes, sir. Season
Yeah.
champs outright, man. It was standing up on that scores table, standing up on the scores table. I think it was me, one of my teammates, Jared Terrell, and one of my
Okay.
teammates, Seth Russell, who's actually declaring for the draft right now. And Jared Terrell actually was in the NBA not this previous year, but the year before. Just standing up there and watching, like I said, Rhode Island is a family-based atmosphere, man, and just
Right.
watching the crowd really like being tuned in that. It was like we all on the same frequency in that at that time, man. And
Hmm.
it was really humbling, man. It was really humbling, and like I said, when you understand that it's bigger than you, I mean, it's just a humbling experience, and I couldn't trade that experience for anything else.
Facts. I know exactly what you mean. I remember after we won our conference tournament, and we were not favorites to win it at all, but
Right.
the crowd's going crazy. You know that the final buzzer goes off, everybody rushes the court. You know what I'm saying? You see
Mm-hmm.
your homies you go to class with. You
Yes,
see,
sir.
all the fans. That's the regular fans. You're
It's
crying,
genuine.
hugging your teammates, hugging
Yes,
your
sir.
coaches like you never thought you would. So
Mm-hmm.
I definitely understand that.
Genuine love, man. It's crazy. It's just genuine.
Yeah, facts. All right, so let's transition into like off the court. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, you're an entrepreneur. You know what I'm saying? You taking your career to your own hands. And give us a reason why you chose to take the route of an entrepreneur.
I mean, it really wasn't when I started. It wasn't by choice. It was more so I had just finished with the Houston Rockets G League team, RGV Vipers, and I was at home for a little bit and just didn't. I felt like I was stagnant. Felt like I was stuck. Didn't have a sense of purpose, man. Funds coming from where I come from. Funds wasn't all the way there. So just trying to figure out what was next. Back was
Right,
against the wall. And when your back is against the wall, you liable to try anything, right? So
right,
shout out to my mentor Kelvin Howard, man. We had a conversation one day, and then from there he you know he just took me under his wing and really showed me what the business world was like. And since then I've loved it. I encourage other people to really get into entrepreneurship because it's eye opening,
right,
and it allows you to free up time for yourself, man. And it allows you not working for money working for you. So
right.
I'm so humble and grateful that I was able to reconnect with Kelvin Howard, who's my mentor today. So I mean, shout
Definitely.
out to him and shout out to God for bringing him back into my life. So I
Oh
really
yeah,
do appreciate that.
that's what's up. I mean, speaking on the entrepreneur aspect, it's going to be a lot of naysayers. It's going to be a lot of people saying like, why would you want to, be an entrepreneur? Why, there's no structure. There's no what's the word I'm looking for? There's no stability in that.
Yeah.
But that's what they saying because they stuck in that mindset where they like I got to do this to survive. But when you really think about the things that you want in life, and what matters what's most important to you. You know what I'm saying? You got to take that into your own hands. That's why I highly recommend the entrepreneur life. I've been on it for like about 3 years now.
Mm-hmm.
Started my own LLC with sports training and stuff like that.
Important.
Paired it with basketball and just adding more and more stuff to my bag as I go.
Yeah.
With that being said, let's talk about forex trading. So, how did you start that?
Forex trading, it was started by my I mean I was brought into forex trading by my mentor Kelvin Howard. uh how did I start it? It was again back against the wall, liable to try anything, man, anything.
Yeah.
And he was doing it at the time. So just observing him and
Uh-huh.
just saying, okay, let me just try it out, right? Again, like I didn't really know what it was at the time, but it was just trying it out. And then seeing that the money was being made, which in that industry is that's the easy part. Making the
Right.
money is the easy part. it was really the personal development that was happening. I was seeing myself become something more than just an athlete. You know, we talk about, oh, it's more than basketball, it's more than basketball, or I'm more than an athlete. But are you really? You know,
Right.
are you really putting that saying into action? And
Facts.
again, just observing him, and then, you know, it's like they say, you hang around three millionaires, you're gonna be the fourth, right? I was hanging around somebody who was constantly just growing his personal development,
Mm-hmm.
that it just rubbed off with me, and now I'm constantly growing my personal development, and then from there the income was matching the personal development, and that's what I like about entrepreneurship. I mean, as far as entrepreneurship, I say that, like, yeah, it's no structure, there's no stability. That's what people say, but at the end of the day, to me, entrepreneurship is you basically getting paid for your efforts.
Right.
You know, the work that you're putting in, you know, yeah, it might not happen that day, it might not happen tomorrow, but if you consistently keep putting that work in, you know, everything is going to play out and unfold in your favor. So, you know,
Right.
definitely, I mean, one thing he left me with, not left me with, but one thing that has been stuck in my mind that he said to me one day was, the income will never exceed the personal development.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, that's deep. Coming,
Right.
you know, that's a deep saying, man. And when you really understand that, you know, the money's just a byproduct of how you're shaping yourself,
Exactly.
and how you're shaping yourself, and how are you giving value to other people. You feel me?
Right.
So I definitely shout out to Kelvin Howard, man. Again, man, that's one of the best mentors that ever had. One of the best mentors that ever had.
Okay. Yeah, that's dope. Speaking on the money part, when you chasing the money, you kind of selling yourself short because
Yeah,
life is way bigger than money. And if all you
man.
worried about is money,
Yeah,
you missing out on everything. You're missing out on relationships. You're missing out on
yeah,
personal development, like you said.
right.
You're missing out on just the overall life experience, and you just caught in a caught in a confused state of mind. So I
Mhm.
definitely recommend to chase the dream and chase the passion, and
Yeah.
the money will catch up, and it might even oversee the passion and the dream.
It will. It will. It will, man. Like, another one of my mentors, we call him Chairman Dan. Another great mentor. He he really he really sold it. He really instilled into me, like, you know, it's don't worry about the money. Just worry
Right.
about your responsibility is, how can I give value to other? How can I give value to the masses? And again, I'm still learning that today, but at the same time, I've grasped a great concept of what he's been instilling into me. And the minute that I stop worrying about how much money can I make, how much money can I make, how much money can I make, and really start thinking about, okay, how can I make other people money? How can I put them in position to win? That's
Right.
when the money really started coming in, and it started exceeding my expectations, to be honest.
Thanks.
So I mean, it's really about how can you give value to other people.
Right. So, in a time like this, stock market's crashing.
Mm-hmm.
People out of jobs, don't know when they're gonna go back to work. You
Right.
know, can't pay their bills, or just short on money. Period. Why should people be trading forex?
That's a simple question, my brother. Well, basically in forex, you know, with stocks, right? You thinking about a business, you need the business to go up,
Right.
right? And right now, what's going on with this crisis? Businesses are what? They're dropping, right?
Dropping.
With forex, we can either trade against the economy, or we could trade with the economy.
Right.
So the economy's going up, let's trade with them.
Right.
The economy's going down, we're gonna trade against them. And basically that's just we could do either one. You know, with
Right.
stocks is only one thing you can do. We call it a recession proof business, because again, a lot of people actually have flourished in the forex industry. A lot of people have flourished at this time. You know, at this, sad to say, in this crisis, a lot of people have flourished in the forex
Right.
industry. And I mean, even once this crisis is over, you know, they're still going to flourish. So it's recession proof. It's really
Facts.
recession.
Facts. Yeah, man. So I agree on that. Definitely been dabbling in it a little bit personally for the
Yeah,
past few months.
I remember the text messages, man. Hey, when I
Yeah,
seen what you did, that's what you did. I mean, you might not know it, but what you did, you you probably, if you would have gave that signal to someone else, you'd have paid someone's rent. You'd have paid
facts,
somebody's car note. I mean,
facts.
yeah, at the time, like that might have been $8 to you, but again, what we talking about? We're not paying attention to the money. We're paying in the forex, just simple terminology. You know, you
Yeah,
gained over 20 pips. Those 20
right.
pips for you is $100,000 to somebody else.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So,
Facts. Yeah.
and
Oh
that's
yeah,
the that's
I
that's
definitely got some more powerful trading days. That was just the other day.
See, a
Yeah.
light day. You heard
Yeah,
me? A
that was a
light day.
light
And
day
I'm
for
talking
real.
about you pay somebody's car note and somebody's rent with that. So,
Facts.
imagine what your powerful days was looking like.
Yeah, man. But we definitely gotta reconnect on that, bro. I'm definitely
Most
trying to
definitely.
learn some more and grow my knowledge on that because now is the time. Clearly, now is the
Hey,
time more than ever.
I mean, yeah, even if it's not even Forex, man, now is the
Right,
time
right.
to really invest and learn into a new skill set, a skill set
Exactly.
that can help you for tomorrow. I mean,
Exactly.
basically, quick short story, when I was getting ready for this interview, my mom was like, yeah, see, I told you to invest in some clippers, and she been telling me this whole time, invest in some clippers, invest in some clippers. Now I'm out
Yeah.
here looking crazy, but at the same time, as soon as this interview is over, I'm about to go get some clippers, man, because you never know, when that skill set might come in handy. So you
Right.
want to definitely keep equipping your tool bag with different skill sets.
Facts. I highly agree on that. I mean, I tried to clean up a little bit, but I ain't touching this up here. I ain't touching that till
Man,
it's time.
I might gotta try something because this hurting me right now, man. This
Yeah,
hurting.
yeah, yeah. But when you think about it, we all in the house. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But at the
at the
same
end of the
at the
day.
same time, just like the ladies want to get the hair, nails, you know what I'm saying, the
Yeah,
feet done. We gotta keep the
fact.
fresh up.
Big
Facts,
facts.
facts.
Big facts. I definitely agree with that.
Yeah, man. So, you got any questions for me?
Look, man, I definitely do. I definitely
Okay,
do.
what's up? What's up?
When did you decide that you wanted to start going on live, man? Because a lot of people, they go on live, but I see them doing challenges, see them talking about a bunch of nothing, see them talk
Right.
about, see them twerking on the camera. When did you realize, like, nah, I want to change the narrative. I want to put value on this live.
I mean, honestly, bro, it was like the first week back since I was home from Germany. I like woke up and I was like, man, athletes are affected by this like heavily, man. Like I can't go to the court right now. We'd be up at the church right now. You know what I'm
Nah, for
saying?
real, getting it in,
Either
getting it
either
in right.
getting it in or just there for camaraderie, brotherhood. We'd be
Yeah,
there. So realizing that we couldn't do that, I wanted to get our perspective on things, and we've traveled the world during this, so I wanted
yeah,
to also get the perspective of how it was in a different time zone, and how you're able to cope, and how the rest of the world is going down from the athlete's perspective, as well
mm-hmm.
as athletes have a lot to say, have a lot of value to bring, because our lifestyle is so different, but yet it relates so heavily to the everyday life. You know what I'm saying? You learn so much from basketball and so many life skills from an early age just from picking up a ball and dribbling. You know what I'm
Nah,
saying?
for real.
Stuff
Yeah,
like stuff like timing, facing adversity, knowing how to move on, stuff like that. You learn so quickly because of basketball. So I just wanted to be able to bring that aspect, and I was tired of seeing all the nonsense on live, and also I just wanted to reconnect too. You know what I'm saying? This is
yeah.
definitely a time to reconnect, talking to people I haven't seen, spoken to in a while. So
I was about to
just,
say a couple relationships had to been reconnected
oh
for this one,
yeah,
right?
oh yeah,
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 yeah, yeah. I
definitely,
spoke to some
definitely.
people I ain't seen in years, bro, and they're halfway across the world.
Yeah. I
So
mean, I just been noticing, been noticing your show. I noticed, the different people that you had on here. Are you excited for the different people that's about to come? The things that you see this show actually, the future of this show.
oh man, see, I
Tomorrow,
don't
what's
even
going
know
to be
where it's
next year?
going yet, bro, because I just been connecting with who I know. I haven't even connected, further yet. So I'm
Yeah,
I'm just I'm just having fun with it personally. That was another reason why I just wanted to do something to, distract myself from the BS that's going on, and
yeah,
also entertain as well as inform. So Yeah, man. Like I am
This,
excited.
yeah,
A lot of these interviews have been, shocking to me because I didn't know it was going to be filled with so much value. You know what I'm saying? I
yeah,
didn't know it was going to get that real or somebody was going to speak that much into the situation. So,
mhm,
especially right now, I'm happy, you know what I'm saying? You came on here, man. You got a great conversation going. It's flowing, you know what I'm saying? It's
yeah.
not
Facts.
much nonsense talk going on. So, yeah, that's what's up.
Yeah. Hey, look, man. I'm like I said, I'm grateful, humble that you had me on your show, man. Keep doing what you're doing. Like you just said, you don't know what's about to happen with this show. You know how far it's
Facts.
gonna go. One thing that my mentors they teach me, don't worry about the how. Don't worry
Right.
about the how. Just keep doing the work. Keep your head down and watch how big this thing gets. Just stay consistent.
I
Don't stop.
appreciate that.
Even when COVID-19 is over, man, don't stop this.
Oh, yeah,
Don't.
facts.
I mean, like I can just imagine just because of the person, and I don't think a lot of people really know who's on this call right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like they don't. I don't
facts.
really think a lot of people know that their history.
Facts.
Pertaining to you. I'm not talking about me.
True.
I'm talking about you. I don't
True.
think a lot of people know who they're watching right now. So like I said, man, I'm really gonna stay in tune with your show. Every time I see this thing come up on top of my little live story, I'm definitely tuning in because I'm excited to see who's next, right? And
I
then after that,
appreciate
who's
that.
next again? Because I mean, your platform is your your platform is widely ranged, man.
Yeah,
It's
man.
widespread. You know
For
so
real.
many
For real.
people, and that's
For
just
real.
speaking values on you, man.
Yeah,
Definitely. So
man. That's
I'm,
one
I'm
thing I
definitely
I want to tell everybody. Like, never shut yourself down or close yourself out to people because
yeah.
everybody got a story. I remember back at St. John's, we would have a homeless person come in and talk to us all the time.
Mhm.
And for St. John's to be a Catholic school where you got to pay all this money to go to, you know what I'm saying? You got all these rich kids, but yet they bringing in the homeless to teach us stories. That
Yeah.
speaks a lot, you know what I'm
Nah,
saying?
that's I
That
like
speaks a
that
lot
too. That's different.
because
I
they got
like
a
that.
story too, whether it's
That's right.
negative and you learn what not to do or it's positive. Because not all homeless people are homeless because of drug addiction or things like that.
Yeah.
Sometimes mental illness, sometimes they got no family. You know what I'm saying? They really got it hard out here. So
Yeah.
that's why I say never turn your back on somebody that's trying to tell you a story. Always listen before you speak because you never know what you're gonna pick up from that.
Man, that's
Yes,
hey,
sir.
hey, you really left me with something right there. I like that, man. I'm definitely
Facts.
that was the creative idea, and that just makes me think like, I always hear, listen to the people who have the results that you want, but sometimes you can listen to the people who don't have the results
Don't
that you want because they're gonna show you what not to do. You know what I'm saying?
exactly.
Sometimes you need that, and you need to be able to,
Exactly.
you need to be able to be able to defer between the two. Who am I
Hmm.
going to listen to? Who do I know not to listen to now? You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
you only know through experience, right? Listening to
Facts.
somebody who doesn't have the results that you want, you only gonna know that you don't want to listen to them because you had to listen to them and it got you nowhere. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So that's powerful. I really do like that idea. I might have to, what I'm saying, take that with my business.
Nah, please do. Please do. It's important, man.
Yes,
Because,
yes,
like I
sir.
said, everyone has a story.
Mm-hmm. No
Yes,
question.
sir.
No question, brother.
Yes, sir. So, man, that's all the questions I have for you today. You know what I'm saying? It's been a dope session. I feel like every time I get on this thing, it gets better and better. You know what I'm saying?
Like I said, man, don't stop. Don't stop. Don't worry about what's gonna happen. Don't worry about how it's gonna happen. Just keep going, bro. Just keep going.
Facts. Facts.
Appreciate you, man. Thanks for having me, brother. Definitely connect with me, man. Let's chop it up, man. Share ideas. I definitely learned a lot on this call, man. So let's
Yeah, me
definitely,
too. I
stay
learned a lot
connected.
about you personally. You know what I'm saying? I honestly seen your maturity, like just in this phone conversation. For
Man,
real. Like,
I
I know
appreciate that, man.
you was in your bag last summer. Now you really in your bag.
Hey, switching it up,
Yeah.
man. Just just gotta keep going, man. Just gotta keep going, man.
Facts.
But I appreciate that. I'm humble. I'm humble for that, man. I'm grateful that that's being noticed because that is something that I wanted people to really start seeing. A lot of people know me for, a certain stand, but I wanted them to really see the serious stand this summer. You feel
Yeah.
me? So I definitely think that's what's happening, and I'm gonna continue to push for that. And I'm just gonna keep continue to put value into people's lives and keep impacting as many lives as I can. And you
Facts.
doing the same right now, so just keep doing it, brother.
All right, bro. I appreciate it, man.
All right, man. Be safe, man.
All right, I'm gonna hit you.
All right, bet.
All right, peace. Man, talk about real right there. That was so real. Shout out to Stan Robinson, current professional player. Got some great NCAA highlights playing the NCAA tournament, as well as professionally playing in the G League, as well as playing overseas. Basketball's taken him a far way, not only on the court, but clearly has matured a lot. And he's also brought entrepreneurship onto his belt as well. I think everyone should dabble in that entrepreneurship, especially right now, because, it's hard for us to get a job. It's hard for to keep the money coming in. If you're trying to look into Forex, I suggest you hit him up, or you can hit me up, and I can connect you with him, and we can go from there. Forex is big right now because money is always moving. It's never going to stop moving, whether it's going up in value or going down in value. And like you said, you can trade against. Like he said, you can trade against or trade with. So just keep that in mind. That wraps up Athletes in Quarantine Volume 8. Sorry for the technical difficulties. I seen Kania get in here earlier. We're going to get up, shorty. Sorry, I already had Stan scheduled for the day, but we're going to reschedule, like I said. But hopefully everyone is having a healthy Saturday. Stay in the crib. If you got to go out, make sure it's to go out and get some cardio in. It's important to keep your blood flowing, as well as any phlegm, anything like that going around in your system. Make sure you're clearing that out, because they saying that's where the virus is prominent at, and it dominates in that. So clear your throats, blow your nose, even if you got nothing in there. Take your vitamins, all that. I'm gonna keep preaching that every day. So from here on out, hope you guys have a great day, and I'm gonna get up with y'all tomorrow.